Hey y'all, welcome to this week's video. If you're new here, my name is Caleb Plank. I make videos about sawmilling, and right now my wife and I are working on developing a property. So I'm taking you through the process of what we're doing here. Right now we're building a storage shed, and we've got our power and our septic going on. Septic is in and passed inspection. The electrical has passed inspection and is ready for getting hooked up. So hopefully that'll happen this week sometime. But this evening I'm just going to be working on framing the shed, so come along for the ride and I hope you enjoy it. There she is. I believe we have passed the inspection on power pole. Now we're good to get power hooked up, so that's exciting. And we've got the septic down there. I just need to run a line up here, and then we can park the camper, hook up the septic and the power, and then hopefully next week we'll get the well somewhere right up there by the shed. And then I'll have to run a water line down somewhere down here to hook up our water. And we'll be ready to move our camper out here to the property. And then I can focus on finishing out the storage shed so we can have a laundry room. And then I can start focusing on getting the footers ready on the house build and sawmilling some more lumber and beams for the house. So exciting things are happening here. So last Saturday, my friend Jacob and my dad and my brother Tim helped me get this far on the shed. I still have to nail off the floor in here, the subflooring, and then I can start building that back wall there. Well, folks, it is now the next day. I got rained out last night, unfortunately, but I did get that back wall framed and got it up and fastened in place at least a little bit. And as you can see, I did get a bunch of rain. Thankfully, I got the floor covered, so I think most of it's dry. So this evening, I'm going to see if I can get this last wall framed up quick, because I only have about an hour to work now, so I got to get cracking. Alright guys, it's another night out here working on the shed. Last night I only had about an hour to work, and I think my camera battery died, so I didn't get a whole lot of footage last night. But I was just framing this front wall here, and as you can see, it's got 2 doors. I want to put a man door here for my laundry room for my wife, and then that will probably also go back to access the storage room. And then here I wanted a big door. I'm probably going to put in a garage door here for my little garage slash workshop in there. And as you can see, I've been busy. I've got my ridge pole set up there. It's not fastened yet, but and I've got some rafters here. I just got to cut the rafters. Those are actually rough sawn rafters. See if I can get these rafters on and get the roof lath and get underlayment on there so it can shed water. All right, so I've got this leftover TGI that I'm using for a ridge pole for my brother's house, who was building a house, and he had a few leftovers, so he let me take that for my ridge pole. So I'm just nailing a 2x6 to each side of that at the top, and I can screw or nail my rafters into that. And right now I just got done getting my rafter pattern here. I'm gonna do a little bird mouth thing there. Got a 5/12 cut up there, and I put it down here to get this cut out marked here like that. Okay, now what I'm doing is just marking on all the other rafters. Now that I've cut the first one, I can use that as a pattern and mark all the other ones and then cut them all the same. All right, good morning folks. Well, late last night I got a few rafters up, put the tarp over the top to keep everything from getting wet. It's kind of foggy this morning and just misting a little bit, but I'm going to try to get the rest of the rafters on and the roof lath and put underlayment on the roof so I can at least make it shed water. And then I'm going to try to finish the side girts, the 1x4s on the sides, and put underlayment on that as well so that it can shed water. I had put some underlayment on the floor, but as you can see, it still got wet in some spots, mostly back here. So I really don't want this floor getting moldy because we've got the insulation underneath it and the other plywood. So I'd really hate for this floor to mold. So I want to get it dried in so it can stop getting wet. But this is progress so far. Alright guys, so I'm getting all my roof purlins on here. I've got still one run on the bottom, but I still need to cut all the rafter tails off. I've got the rafter tails marked. I snapped a chalk line and marked them all plumb, so I just got to cut those off, and then I can put my bottom run of purlins on, and then I think a few more, and then I'll be done with the purlins. Then we can put underlayment on the roof, and then hopefully it'll shed water. Alright, I just put the last screw and the last purlin up here. So it's all ready for underlayment. And there it is, guys. We got her wrapped up in underlayment and house wrap and just kind of whatever I had. And it's raining now. And just about the time I got done with the framing, got ready to put the underlayment on, it started raining. So just in the nick of time. Got it done, but whew, had to push to get it done. But now I'm going to do a little bit more work on the sides, I guess, and then I can go home and get some lunch and maybe take it easy for the rest of the day. And there it is. The roof is dried in. Alright y'all, so here's a little update for you. This past week, this is what I got done on the shed. I got the roof on and dried in, or I tried to dry it in, but it was still leaking, so I put my tarp over it to help keep the water out. It's supposed to rain more tomorrow.